Yo, what's up, Tactical Purpose Tactical Fam? It's your host, Briston, back with another tactical video. So I just made this video, but there was no audio, so I gotta remake this video. Man, oh man, do you love it when that happens? But anyway, we are gonna be talking about my ultimate Glock 22 duty build. So as you guys already know, I do EDC my SIG P320 compact chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. So now we are getting into my duty build. So this is my Glock 22. As we all know, the 22s are chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. This is a Gen 4 Glock 22, and I'm going to break it down real quick for you guys to get into everything. So for the start, I run a regular guide rod. and a regular Glock barrel. Some people go with heavier guide rods and stuff like that. Some people go with different barrels with compensators and stuff like that. I feel like if you honestly train with your firearm and honestly practice every day, dry fire every day, go to the shooting range on the regular and actually practice, you won't need those heavier guide rods. You won't need the compensators and stuff like that, because somebody who just bought a heavier guide rod and a compensator, I promise you 10 times out of 10, if you practice every day with your firearm, dry fire and stuff like that, without the compensator and the heavier guide rod spring, you're going to shoot way better than that person who just bought that. Honestly, in my opinion, because, practice makes perfect. We've always said that. So that's pretty much what I run on here. I'm just going to put the slide, put everything back together for you guys. So this is a regular Glock 22 slide, a regular Glock slide, nothing special about it. One thing that I do want to do is get it milled out and get some slide serrations going on. And then if later down the line, if I do want to get a ported barrel, I could port the slide and stuff like that. But for right now, I really just want to get a slide cut. We'll get some slide serrations on there. But we are going to talk about our iron sights. So these are suppressor height night sights from Ameriglow. These are the H318 sights. So as you guys can see, this is what the sight does look like. And as you guys can see, that is what the sight looks like. So these are suppressor height sights. Yes, the SRO is a little bit taller, than the sight. So I do have to I can get there, honestly. I mean, I'm still there. They're just in the lower 1/3 of the optic and stuff like that. I had this on my first gun. I had these on Yao Ming, and I honestly do love them, and especially the night sights with the glow in the dark effect, especially if you have no flashlight, have no optic at night and stuff like that. These will work. I promise you. You line those sights up at night, and if you have a target, boom, you pull the trigger, you're most likely hitting your target. So I can attest to that. So we have my optics. So the optic that I went with is the Trijicon SRO. Yes, I know for some people say in the community that the SROs are not duty rated, that these are just competition optics and stuff like that. But I will tell you, for right now, I know that this is a used optic, but for right now, I am going to go to the shooting range December 2nd or December 1st after the gun show, buy some more 40 Smith & Wesson, and honestly torture this weapon and see if this honestly can stand the torture from a 40 cal. So I did want to go with something a little different. As you guys know, I did have the Holosun 507C, so I end up going with a Trijicon SRO. I did want to go with the RMR, or I was debating on the Gideon Omega sight, because it is basically the same footprint as the SRO, but basically it's like an SRO combined with a Holosun. You combine those together, you have the Omega. And basically the Gideon has 3 reticle choices. I went with the SRO just because it's Trijicon, stuff like that. And then honestly, when I got this optic, at first I was not feeling the SROs. Even when people were using them, I wasn't feeling SROs, but then as time went on, I'm like, okay, SRO. Once it got here, I'm like, man, that window is huge. It is a huge optic. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And one thing that I will say, I watched I watched T-Rex Arms video. Uh, Lucas was talking about how the SROs are more closer to the ejection port. So you do have to watch out for carbon buildup because there will be a little ring that forms around here. And as you guys can see, it is close to that ejection port. So you could have rounds hit that. You can have the carbon buildup and stuff like that. There will be a little carbon ring that builds around. So make sure you clean. Make sure that you clean them because you don't want it to have too much carbon buildup because then it's going to start adding a film, and then that's just extra stuff that you have to work through when shooting your firearm. So that is what I do have on here. So I'm going to honestly see how the SRO performs. And then I zeroed it in for 10 yards in my apartment. I stood all the way back here, zeroed it with a laser bore sighter. Yes, I know some people don't like laser bore sighters, but I do have a few. Laser bore sighters, 9mm, 300 blackout, 5.56, now 40 Smith & Wesson. The reason why I use laser bore sighters is because they're going to get you close enough to actually hitting your target. But not only that, it's a great way if you can't go to the range, you can zero it, and it's going to get you enough to hit your actual target. But we obviously know how to finish the final zero. Is obviously do 3 sets. Well, do 3 sets of zeroing it in. And honestly, on the last one, you should be obviously honed in on your zero. So obviously we know how to actually zero is actually taking it out to shoot. But I just haven't had time to go to the shooting range. So I had to do what I had to do, was zeroed it in with the bore laser sighter. So now we're talking about frame. So this is a Gen 4 frame, like I did tell you guys before. One thing that I love about the Gen 4s that I kind of don't like about the Gen 5s, I feel like Glock should have gave us an option with the Gen 4s, well, with the Gen 5s, if we wanted these, the finger grooves, or if we did it. I feel like that would have been a better option, but hopefully they do that for the Gen 6s if they ever come out with a Gen 6. So yes, I do have these finger grooves. So I am running Glock, just standard Glock internals. I have 500 rounds through this firearm right now. I feel like there is no need to switch out anything. The magwell release is in my reach. The slider release is in my reach. Yes, I know some people upgrade the slider release to have it a little bit bigger, but it's no problem for me, honestly. One thing that I do like about this is the finger grooves, like I said, and Glock comes out the box perfection. So I feel like there is really no need to switch out any of the internals, upgrade a better trigger and stuff like that. Yes, you can upgrade better triggers, but sometimes those better triggers end up making your firearm fail. So that's why I don't feel like upgrading it right now. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know that saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I'm not going to fix it until I actually direly need to fix the trigger, fix the components in here, fix the slide release, the magazine release, and stuff like that. So yes, I do, as you guys know, I am a fan of Handle It. So I do have the Handle It grips on here. These, I forget what the actual model of the Handle It grips are, but you can pick these up off Amazon for like $17, $18, just depending on the firearm that you have. I know this one was $17. I know for the SIG P320, that is around $15, for that. So yes, these, I wish I could get sponsored by Handle It, but that's besides the point. But these are the Handle It grips. And then honestly, up front, I do have these. These are just basically like tiny gas pedals grips. So especially when you're working, you can honestly grip onto it, press down a little bit, and honestly get a flatter shoot a little bit flatter. So yes, we know about the Talon grips. Those ones, I don't like those ones because those feel like sandpaper, and basically they're like skateboarding paper, and they just hurt a little bit, honestly, to my hand. And with these Handle It grips, they're rubberized material, but they honestly add that stipple effect look. Instead of paying $200 for stippling work, you can honestly just get these grip and then basically you're ready to go. You have nice grip and stuff like that. One thing that I do plan on doing for this frame is honestly getting me a magwell. I might go with a 9x19 magwell. Honestly, I love how those look. They're just a little bit slimmer because, you know, I did have a magwell on here and it was more of like a competition style magwell, big beefy magwell. So now onto the flashlight. What do I have for a flashlight? So I could have bought one from my local gun store, but they had the B system. I wanted the A system. So this is the Surefire X300 Ultra. I do want to end up somewhere down the line getting the turbo just because of the hot spot and stuff like that. But this is my Surefire X300 Ultra, and it does have the A system. And what do I mean by A system? This is the A system. So basically, you just press down, and as you guys can see, you can see that little plate moving. And basically, what the plate does is basically once you slide it on there, it's on there, and then all you do is just decompress these little tabs, pull it off. So I end up going with the Surefire X300. Yes, we know this is a $400 flashlight. You know, so one thing that I did put in here, I put in these old Energizer batteries just because I wanted to get rid of them and basically use them. So I do have Surefire batteries. I also ordered a 12-pack of batteries from Amazon because, you know, the X300 takes them, the TLR7A takes them, and then in the back I do have my EOTech. It takes it, and then my flashlight on my carbine takes those CR123 batteries. So, you know, you have to have it. So yes, this is my duty firearm. Yes, it looks naked and weird without that flashlight. Throw the flashlight on there. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. So next we're talking about magazines. So honestly, Glock 22 mags are hard to find. Glock 22 mags are very hard to find. So I am rocking with a standard Glock mag. This is a 15-round mag. I added a Warden base plate. This adds four extra rounds. It adds 5 extra for the 9mm, but it adds 4 extra. So I do have 19 in here. As you guys can see, a nice beefy base plate, and it is actually metal. It's a metal base plate. And then I have another 15-round magazine. I have another 15-round magazine, and then I have a Gay Boy magazine. You guys are probably wondering, this is a 10-round California compliant mag. I bought this from one of the local pawn shops here. I was like, I can't find a Glock 22 mag. I was like, you know what? Let me take this mag in. Let me take this mag in and see if this mag works. I was like, boom, it works. So I had to get the little Gay Boy magazine. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but yes, because I didn't just want to run 2 magazines. I was like, I have another pouch on the battle belt. Might as well get this. And I feel like it's better to have another mag than not to have another mag, especially in a defense situation. So basically, this is what I basically run on here every day, just in case if there is the shit hits the fans type of situation. I'm ready to go. Then honestly, I love how this one looks. It just looks nice and sexy with that tan bottom. I'm not gonna lie. And then with the California compliant one, the Liberal magazine, you have this one. And yeah, so that is pretty much my ultimate Glock 22 duty setup. And as you guys already know, I am running the T-Rex Arms Ragnarok holster. Yes, this is a level 1 retention holster. I know some people said you shouldn't go with level 1, you should go with level 2. Honestly, I think about what I'm honestly going to be doing if the shit hits the fan. And realistically, a level 1 will work. I'm not a police officer. I don't work SWAT. I'm not a security guard. So I honestly don't need the level 2, the level 3. And honestly, I feel like if I'm ended up getting into this, I'd rather have a quick draw instead of having to work another level to get my firearm out in a very crucial way. So I feel like the level 1 works for me. If you are a police officer, security guard, or part of SWAT, military, stuff like that, go with those level 3s because you tend to be around a lot more people. But for civilian use, a level 1 is honestly perfect. It has that nice retention. So plus for somebody to get that close up to me, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Then I might have to resort to my knife. But yes, this is my Glock 22 build, my ultimate Glock 22 build. So I'll let you guys see that a little bit closer. And one thing that I do like about this, I am going to make a video about drawing from holsters and stuff like that. So one thing that I do like about this is how I hold my firearm. I come up a little bit higher, and I kind of press down on the X300 a little bit, so I can get a little bit more flatter, like that. But yes. And then that is the SRO on, and I have a little target right here. Just do a little practice work. Beep. Beep. And I am right there. Beep. And I am right there when I'm drawing that. But yes, I hope you guys like this. Don't forget to comment down below if you guys like my my duty setup, well, my duty firearm, my war firearm, my battle firearm, whatever you really want to call it. I call it duty firearm basically because that's what people mainly use these for, the 22s, the 17s for duty use and stuff like that. The full-size firearms for their duty setups. I am going to put my Instagram in the description down below. So send me you guys' duty firearms, your duty war, your battle firearm setups, so I can end up making a video. I might make a video depending on how many people I get in my Instagram. The Instagram is The Official Tactical Prepper. That is a lot. It's all one word, but I am going to put it down in the description below. So yes, this is my Glock 22 duty firearm setup. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stay tactical. See you on the next one.